Alright, everything seems to be working fine. Good evening, everyone. Hopefully, you all have been doing that pretty well. So, welcome everyone to it's tier 1, isn't it? Tier 1, round 3 here at Belgium. We're here starting with a sprint race. This will be a reverse grid sprint race, and it will be an interesting affair. Reverse grid is determined by championship order. So P20 in the driver's standings will be starting on pole, and vice versa. P1 will be starting P20, last place. So that means that guaranteed at the moment, let's see. So, guaranteed at the moment, Pink Eye Penguin will be starting last in the Red Bull, and then second to last will be the Aston Martin of Elmo. I can't say I've commentated on reverse grids before. I can't lie. So I can't imagine the chaos that will unfold here today. We're just going to have to wait and see. Currently waiting on a few drivers to get into the lobby now, and then we should be able to get going very, very soon. Oh, that's copyrighted. Alright, okay. So we're getting on the way now with a 2-minute buffer, so everyone can load in their setups. Strategy, well, there's not really a strategy, it's an 8-lap sprint race. And I guess fuel. Going to be an interesting affair. Good luck to everyone on the grid, because that reverse grid sounds like chaos. Hello there. Right. 8 laps around Spa-Francorchamps. 7,000 meter circuit. It's a 7-kilometer circuit. And I can say it's great for racing on this game. However, oh dear, 8 laps of reverse grid. This is going to be a hectic cooling session. And just waiting. So after the reverse grid, it goes to a normal 50% format, short qualifying, 50% race. But for now, we've got a predetermined grid. And this is what the lineup looks like at the moment, with Lellers99 starting in first place, Helen High in second, LWB in third, Donstar in fourth, Motu Solver in fifth, Jessek in the Visa Cash App Racing Bulls in sixth, Tino in seventh, Marley in eighth, Connor in ninth, Elmo in 10th, Pink Eye Penguin in 11th. Now that is the championship leader in 11th place. The rest from P12 downwards are what I imagine reserves or just drivers filling in. So Kiers now in the Red Bull is 12th, 13th is Star Defender, 14th is Mr. Orabang, 15th Luca Pro, and 16th Bacchus. So championship leader in P11 has 10 cars to overtake if he wants to win this sprint race. Oh, what's happened? Oh, God. Right, I need Lellers. Hella, I need them right back. This is a perfect timing though, because well, I need an invite back. Please. That's unfortunate. Right. Just before the sprint race as well. Can I please... commentator disconnected. So optimal. Thank you. A little small issue there, but it's fine. Spectate. Apologies. Not ideal in the slightest. And we have already gotten underway for lap 1. And Hella High is in the lead at the moment, with LWB in third in the McLaren, Motu Solver in third. Elmo goes for the move around the outside. They're still side by side. Connor, who's currently in 6th place. Let me just change position changes. Lellers losing 8 places on the first lap. He was on pole position for this sprint, but now is all the way down in 9th place, with the championship leader, Pink Eye Penguin, going for the overtake around the outside of the bus stop chicane. He's got the Sauber in front of him, who could block the way, but Pink Eye Penguin will go around the outside. The championship leader goes up into 9th place. Hella High takes the fastest lap because it is the first lap, and there's a battle for 2nd place with Motu Solver and LWE fighting for position. DRS is enabled. The Williams is side by side with the McLaren and touching side by side. And now, oh dear, it's going to be Ferrari Rouge, Williams, McLaren making contact. And the McLaren has stayed in 2nd place. The Williams having DRS really close. McLaren also having DRS, but has no ERS, the McLaren does. And they all stay, the top 3, the same. 8th place, 9th place, Lellers and Jesek swapping positions. T-Boten has lost multiple positions in the Sauber, and Pink Eye Penguin is on a move at the moment, up into 7th after 2 laps of racing. He's going to want to get this win as quickly as he can. He's got 6 more laps to do so. LWB in the McLaren, right behind Hella High. McLaren dipping a tyre into the gravel and is under pressure from the Williams. Going into Blanchimont, the Williams is pursuing a move round the outside of Blanchimont. The McLaren pushing him out wide, and it's contact again between the two, and it's almost 3 wide into the bus stop. The McLaren goes down the inside of Hella High, and now McLaren will have the DRS going to the source. The Williams is also, it's 3 wide down the pit straight. McLaren and Williams making contact. McLaren not leaving it in just enough space for the Williams to stay side by side. The Ferrari, Williams push out wide into gravel, and that allows Connor to go into 2nd place from 4th. The Donster and both Motu Solver and LWB have lost positions, and it's a heated battle between the Williams and McLaren, and they're still here. Elmo in 7th place at the moment, going to overtake the McLaren of LWB, and it's a simple move for the Aston Martin driver. One of the more calmer moves this race. An incensed battle between the Williams and McLaren, neither leaving much space between one another. Connor has overtaken Hella High for the lead. This guy has 2 pole positions in the first 2 rounds, and he will want to get his first win in any format. And it's looking likely to do so. The 2 Ferraris, 2nd and 3rd, with Pink Eye Penguin, the championship leader, climbing all the way up to 4th, starting P11. And LWB has dropped down to 13th, and he's stopped on the track. It's ghosted. He's lost his front wing from what was a podium starting position. Now all the way down in last place. Let's focus up to 4th though, because Pink Eye Penguin is really close to the Sauber Ferrari, and will go round the outside of the bus stop chicane. Ferrari doesn't really fight that. The championship leader goes up into the podium places, has Hella High in front of him. Backhas retires from the session in the Haas. And the Donster concedes third place. And the next car that Pink Eye Penguin will have to overtake, it's hella high. Not much ERS for the Red Bull driver, but can't say the same for the Ferrari as well. Ferrari flashing LEDs at the rear of that car. And Pink Eye Penguin gets the move. Elmo going into Lecom, trying to get overtake on Marley, doesn't get the move done. And now Pink Eye Penguin is 1.4 seconds behind the lead for the race. Marley in 5th place, behind the Ferrari of Donster, who gained frivolously due to the battle between Motu Solver and LWB. Motu Solver, speaking of which, is in 7th place and will try to go round the outside of the Aston Martin, and he does so down the inside. It's a good move for the Williams driver. A much cleaner battle compared to the McLaren. Elmo, just behind in 7th place, is going to get an overtake. He's going to get overtaken by Jesek on the inside of Blanchimont. And the Jesek is moving up a couple of places. Great job to him. And Connor gets the fastest lap of the session. He is pulling away from Pink Eye Penguin at the moment. He is 1.8 seconds in front of second and has lost the RS. And Hella High has lost the RS to Pink Eye Penguin. So Marley only 3 tenths behind the 4th place Ferrari. Donster does have DRS to work with. How much ERS though? That's a bigger question, because Hella High in the other Ferrari is going to get overtaken because has no DRS, no ERS to speak of, and Jesek will go side by side with Motu Solver, and it's still side by side through these corners, side by side contact, and Jesek is in 6th place at the moment. And there's a yellow flag in Sector 2, and it's Mr. Orobang in the Aston Martin retires from the session after what I assume contact with the wall. Unfortunate for him. We've got 3 laps, including this one, left to go for this reverse grid sprint race here at Spa-Francorchamps. Don't go anywhere after this race. It's a qualifying session, a 50% race after this. Connor gaining up 8 positions. Pink Eye Penguin, the championship leader, in 2nd place. These 2 drivers have made positions up very quickly within the first 4 laps. And now, Jesek and Marley, the closest battle out on track at the moment, for 5th position. Marley wants to overtake the Ferrari. Jesek wants to overtake the V-Carb. And Marley has got the better exit into the source and will go round the outside of the Ferrari. The Sauber has to hang back and wait for the DRS straight. We're watching from the POV of Jesek going up into Eau Rouge and Radion. And that Ferrari has a blinking red flashing LED light because he's got no ERS, and he gets overtaken by both cars, and the V-Carb will look to go down the inside of Marley and doesn't. Marley up into 4th, Jesek up into 5th, and Motu Solver also overtaking the Ferrari on the same straight. Hella High losing 3 positions because of no ERS. And now, Marley does not have the DRS to Donster. It's going to be a tough affair. Hella High getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. The gap is closing for the lead at the moment. It is 1.3 seconds between the Mercedes and Red Bull. But let's focus back on this train of cars from Marley all the way down, because to the McLaren of Star Defender has overtaken Elmo. LWB gets a 3-second time penalty. Star Defender, starting 13th, has gained up 5 positions in 8th for the moment. Biggest gainers are the 2 leading drivers at the moment. All starting on medium or hard compound tyres. Jesek Kamali going into the Kemmel Straight. Marley does not have the DRS. You could say the move is all but done for the V-Carb, and it's done meters, hundreds of meters before Lecombe. LWB get retiring for the session, I imagine, because he has spent in the pit lane. And Motu Solver in 6th place at the moment, 3 tenths behind Marley. Marley losing time to the V-Carb of Jesek, and Jesek is now within DRS range of Donster, just about. Luca getting a 3-second time penalty in 12th place at the moment. Train of cars from Marley, and it's a yellow flag in sector 2 because it is Luca Pro who has gone, well, he's reversing on the track and he's retired from the session. Something has happened to Luca, not good for him. But let's go all the way down to 4th place because Jesek is 2 tenths behind Donster, on board with the V-Carb once again. Will wait for the Kemmel Straight, hangs back behind Atlasource. Gearbox to front wing through the corner for these 2 drivers. Jesek, who started on the hard compound tyres, paying dividends after 8 laps of racing because this is the final lap. And Jesek will go onto the sprint podium at the moment, and it seems to be the move. And it's done way before the end of the straight. And Marley and Motu Solver are fighting it out right now. Motu Solver gaining up a position up to 5th, round the outside of Lecombe. Star Defender. Oh, contact with Marley. McLaren has lost its front wing, and that allows Elmo to get past in 7th place. Didn't want that at all, Star Defender. And now we'll have to look in his mirrors due to that front wing damage. But nonetheless, because Connor took advantage of all the battling took place in front of him, the contact between the McLaren and the Williams, overtaking the Ferrari on the Kemmel Straight, and the Mercedes driver is heading down towards the bus stop chicane to take his first win in any single format this season. Has taken 2 pole positions so far, hasn't won yet, and will, from starting on 9th on the grid, take the sprint win. Pink Eye Penguin in 2nd. Jesek climbing beautifully from the hard compound tyre in 3rd place. The Donstar in 4th. Motu Solver in 5th. Marley 6th. Elmo in 7th. Star Defender, after having front wing damage, finishes 8th. Hella High in 10th. Tino in 10th. Lellers in 11th. Kiz now approaching the bus stop. Will finish in 12th, and LB, who started in 3rd place at the start of the sprint, will be crashing into the wall, and well, that sort of sums up his race. Oh dear, that's not what I wanted. And retires from the session. So, that was your sprint race. Connor climbing up to 1st. Pink Eye climbing up to 2nd. The Mercedes and Red Bull drivers gaining up 8, 9 places to finish 1st and 2nd. Jesek, for a late surge, finishing 3rd place. The Belgian driver at a home track, it does really, really well. Donster, who took advantage of the McLaren and the Williams making contact and both ruining their races, finishes 4th, Motu Solver, one of those Williams, in 5th, Marley in 6th, Elmo in 7th, Star Defender in 8th, Hella High in 9th, and Tino in 10th. So we'll be loading into the race, however, everyone will retire, and we're going to go back into the lobby, and then it will be a normal 50% race format, short qualifying, and a 50% race. So, oh, it was raining? Oh dear. Oh, that would have been nice. Chaos. But this is not the actual race. There we go. Oh dear. So everyone will retire from the session, I imagine, or is leaving. I don't really know what is actually happening, to be fair. So, we're just waiting now. Yep. This isn't the actual race, but this is, yeah, there we go. Everyone's jump started, ghosting, and that's a Williams perpendicular to the racetrack. Oh, let's commentate on this, shall we? Everyone crashing into turn 1. The McLaren. Oh. Yeah, no, yep. Oh, yeah. This is like Spa 1998, except it's recreated in 2025, except it's a lot more worse. Oh dear. Yeah, no, that's not a surprise. And the safety car is out. Okay, well. Luca, Marley, you gotta retire from the session, guys. Thank you. Jesus. Alright, okay. So, fun, eh? And there we go. Right. I'll be back in a second. Alright, okay. So, now waiting on, I believe, one other driver. There were 16 drivers on the grid. And we're going to have a normal qualifying session, short qualifying session. And 22 laps around Spa. Back to a normal format. Let me just do something at the moment. Alright, we're getting on the way again after an entertaining reverse grid sprint. And now, back again at Spa-Francorchamps. All right. 18 minutes of qualifying to go. For the past 2 races, Connor has taken pole position twice in the Mercedes and hasn't won from pole position in the first 2 rounds. He'll want to change that here at Spa. Pink Eye Penguin taking the win at the first race of the season. And Motu Solver in the Williams winning at Qatar. So it will be an interesting affair. But first, it looks like a sunny day. So that is good for most drivers. 16 drivers. And we're going to get underway. Who will be the first one to come out of their garage to set a representative lap time? We'll see. Oh, dear. And that's a car, I believe it's an Aston Martin of Orabang, and the Sauber of either Tino or Marley, which is Tino, gets in front, and Tino in front of the Aston Martins. Tino will be the first one to set a lap time unless he lets Orabang by. Could be rain, according to Pink, from mid to the end of the race. Now that is an interesting affair. Does throw a spanner in the works. Means strategy is kind of flipped on its head. Gonna be a test of resolve. Tino now heading into Puon on an outlap. Every single driver now coming out of the pits, except for Star Defender, Pink Eye Penguin, and Bacchus. You could do 3 flying laps around here, but it's going to be incredibly tight. Actually, it should be alright. It is just a very long circuit though, so we'll see what happens. So Tino, followed up by Orabang, and then the other Red Bull of Kiers now. A bit far behind the Aston Martin, and Tino starts his lap going into the source using 86% of the battery into medium, locking up, but it's all good. Gets a decent exit out of the source. Up and over is using 75% of the ERS. Easy to do in these F1 cars. ERS down to 50, 46%, opening up the DRS. Hanging as close to the gravel as possible, dipping a tyre into the curb, into the source, using as much of the inside curves as he can, and he's invalidated, so he won't be able to set a lap time. And next, who can actually set a lap time is Orabang. A similar affair through Lecom. And now down into Ravage. 4th gear for the Aston Martin into Jackie X corner. Using all the curve of the exit. Puon grabbing a bit of curb on entry. Left, right. Right, left, actually. What am I saying? Into Sector 2 split. It will be a 114 cumulative, 0.9. Now down to Sector 3, which is basically just Blanchimont on the bus stop. And the Aston Martin has used all of its ERS through Blanchimont. No ERS for the rest of this lap. Into bus stop. Gonna have to get the best exit as he can from the run to the line. And the representative lap time will be a 43.2. The next car to cross the line is Kiers now. Used all of his deployment. And will come across the line now, opening up the DRS. The Red Bull will go for a 42.7. And then the Aston Martin of Elmo will cross the line now. It'll be a 42.3. It's a 4/10 improvement on Kiers now. The other Sauber of Mali will cross the line to for 42.2. It's 1/10 faster than second. The McLaren of either Star Defender will cross the line. That's LWB. Never mind. It's a 41.8. It's, well, now 2 tenths faster because Motu Solver has gone to a 42 dead for the Williams. And Connor, with a 4/10 improvement, goes into provisional pole. It's 141.4. It's getting hard to follow these, I can't lie. Hella High in 8th place with a 43. Vorsky with a 43.8. The Donster with a 44. Lellers, Star Defender crosses the line in the McLaren with a 42.7. The other V-Cub, Jesek, will cross the line, has invalidated his lap, so he will start again. And Pink Eye Penguin will now be finishing his lap. The Red Bull will cross the line now. All of its ERS. It's 3 tenths slower than Connor. In second place at the moment. And then the Haas of Bacchus will cross the line, opening up the DRS. It'll be a 44.5. Suboptimal. And now everyone will now be going into the pits except for Jesek and Tino, because Jesek invalidated on his first run and will want to go out again. He's on a lap at the moment through Jackie X. Has a few cars that he had to overtake, but he gets it done. Into Puan. 3rd place here for a sprint podium. And Sector 2 split, will this be an improvement? It's a 14.2 cumulative into Blanchimont. And then the bus stop chicane. These tyres are slightly weird, so we'll see what happens when he crosses the line. Exiting on 3rd gear, short shifting up to 4th. It crosses the line, and it's 4th place at the moment with a 41.9. A 10th behind LWB, and 30 thousandths faster than Motu Solver. Tino, who was the first one to cross the line to start a lap, didn't manage to complete it after invalidating at Lecom, so now is on 1. The only driver on the proper lap at the moment. Opening up the DRS. Let's check if anyone else is on a lap. Donster's invalidated. Marley. Is he on a lap? Marley is on a lap at the moment. I don't know if that will be an improvement, but let's focus back on Tino because his teammate, only driver to not set a lap time yet, will want to right the wrongs from his first lap. Got a V-carb in front of him. I believe that's Jesek. Clean affair so far for the Sauber. Jesek through Sector 2. It's a 13.9 cumulative for Tino. It's a good lap for him so far. Not much ERS to work with. It doesn't really matter because it's the end of the lap into bus stop. And Tino will cross the line now. What lap time will this take him? It is second place with a 41.5. It's a good lap time for the Sauber. Only a tenth, less than a tenth behind Connor, who is on an outlap at the moment, and 2 tenths faster than Pink Eye Penguin. Will I be able to join the quali if I got invited? Now you gotta have to ask Hella High. I have no clue. Oh, LWB and the Williams again side by side in qualifying. This isn't the race, lads. Alright, okay, so who is on the lap at the moment? I believe Orabeng could be. Orabeng is on the proper lap at the moment, as well as Kiers now. Orabeng has an almost 3/10 improvement from his first lap. His first lap took him 14th with 43.2. He desperately wants an improvement. Clear skies. Ideal conditions, some may say. Into Puan. And has invalidated it on the exit of the corner. And it won't be a lap time for the Aston with 7 minutes left of the session to go. Let's have a scan through to see who is on the lap at the moment. I believe Kiers now is on the lap now, and I don't believe anyone in front of him is. The Sauber of either Tino or Marley lets him by. The Red Bull has a 6/10 improvement. That could place him into the top 7 at the moment, depending on how good his improvements are in Sector 3. But it's a good lap for Kiers now, using all of his deployment. Heading to bus stop. Turning in. Needs to have a good exit. Exiting out in second gear. What lap time will this Red Bull go? It's only 8th place. It is a 4.5 improvement. And it's only 2 tenths behind Marley. Well, I guess half a tenth behind Marley. Let's check who is on a lap. I believe Mo Solver will be exiting now. It's a 1.5 tenth improvement so far in Sector 2. Across the line, it's only a 0.029 improvement. And LWB goes faster with a 41.3 ahead of Connor. Speed of Connor crosses the line and goes into provisional pole with a 41.1. 2 tenths faster than LWB, who was just in front of him. The 2 Ferraris, Hella High, will cross the line and goes up into 10th with a 5-10 improvement with a 42.5. 42, yes, 42.5. Oh, goes completely into the gravel. Who else is on the lap? I'm missing all of these cars. Lela's starting a lap. Let's check on Pink Eye Penguin. Losing out so far in Sector 2. Has got enough track to gain back, but how much of improvement can it be? Third gear on exit. Crossing the line now, and it's a 2 times improvement. It is third place. It does go ahead of Tino, 41.4. Right, let's go in. Hella High retires from the session. Something has happened there. Elmo Devoy gets a 5 place grid penalty for collision with the Ferrari driver. What has happened there? Unideal for both of those cars. Hella High not being able to get another lap in, and Elmo having a 5 place grid penalty for the race. So, let's go and check. The other Red Bull Kiers now will be pitting in this lap. The Ferrari of Donster, who's in 13th at the moment, will be completing his lap now. Donster, no ERS. Exiting the final corner. And we'll cross the line with a 42.3. It is a 6.5 improvement. And that makes him go ahead of his teammates. Let's check Leller's. I don't know if he had improved or not. He does go ahead of hella high, so he does have an improvement with a 42.4. Let's check. Orabang is on outlap. Everyone is coming to the pit, and everyone is starting to come out for their final laps because there is only 3.5 minutes left of qualifying. So, let's check who could be on laps at the moment. Bacchus is not on the lap, probably coming in. Orabang seems to be on the lap, but we have a late comer coming in with 3 minutes left to go. Is Pagkali Wagon. I'm sorry, it's a long name. So we're going to go and see, because Orabang is pushing and will be setting, I believe, his final lap attempt, because there's no way he can come back into the pits and fuel up to go again. Does have a Haas right in front of him. Aston Martin. Haas lets him by. It is a 3.5 temp improvement at the moment. But at the moment, the 3.5 temp improvements will make him stay at this position, because the next car is a 7/10 delta difference. Orabang will cross the line now, and it will be a 42.7, and he stays 14th because of that. Tino invalidated. He can go again, he has enough time to. Connor on an outlap. Vorsky is on the lap at the moment. Orabang retires on track at the end of qualifying. Vorsky having a 0.5 temp improvement in Sector 1. Tina retiring in the pits. Won't go again. Vorsky will be the next one to cross the line. Into pull on. The Haas driver would want to desperately gain lap time to go ahead of his teammates, but as well try to get into the top 10. Oh, doesn't want that though. It is a almost 6 temps improvement, and that will make him go ahead of his teammates. Donster retires from the session, will not be setting another lap. Vorsky using all of his deployment into the bus stop chicane. And Vorsky will cross the line now. And it will go ahead of his teammate with a 43.4. But let's check who will be. That's Pink Eye on an outlap. Marley on an outlap. Let's see who is on a lap. I believe Connor is. 2 pole positions in 2 races. Has the chance to make it a 3rd. Into Sector 2. It is an almost 2 temp improvement from the man who is already on provisional pole. It could go down to the 40s for the Mercedes driver. Heading into Blanchimont. And he'll want to have an epic exit for these last 2 corners, using all of the curve he wants to. And Connor, this will be an improvement. It is under the 41s and into the 40s. It's a 40.95. An exhilarating lap from the Mercedes driver. Let's see if anybody could challenge that, because LWB has made a 30,000th improvement. but he's going to need 4 attempts and a bit more to take pole. And does he have it in the locker? Because he will cross the line now, and the McLaren will have a 2.5 time improvement. But 41.1, it's a brilliant lap, but it's not enough. Motu Solver will cross the line with a 4.5 time improvement. It is 5th place for the Williams. And Pink Eye will now cross the line. Championship leader, 1 time improvement, doesn't gain the position. And I believe that is your grid for the race. Connor, 3 pole positions in 3 rounds. LWB in 2nd place. Pink Eye Penguin in 3rd. Tino, who only set 1 lap, 1 proper lap in this session, in 4th place. Motu Solver in 5th. Jesek in 6th. Elmo in 7th. Marley in 8th. Kirsnell in 9th. Star Defender in 10th. Donstar in 11th. Leathers in 12th. Hella High in 13th. Orabeng in 14th. Bacchus 15th. Borski in 16th. And Pag Caliwagon in 17th. Keep in mind that Elmo does have a 5-place grid penalty because he made contact with Hella High. So instead of starting 7th, he will be starting 13th, and everybody from 12th to 8th will be pushed upwards 1 position. Connor getting pole position by 1.5 tenths ahead of LWB, and it's a decently large gap between LWB and Pink Eye Penguin. Almost 3 tenths the gap, and then it's a pretty close affair from 4th all the way down to 8th. But now it's now the race. We'll have, like, I believe, a 2-minute pause so that everyone can set their fuel strategy, setup changes for a 50% race around Belgium. According to Pink, it will be what a pace of this league. I am Kiers, if you don't know. Okay, so Kiers complementing the pace of these drivers. Kiers starting 8th because of Elmo's grid penalty. Elmo starting 12th. I was mistaken. I thought he started 13th. Anyhow, the 2 people who made contact are now lining up pretty much next to each other, so that's nice. From what I heard from Pink, it will be rain from the middle to the end of the race. It'll be interesting to see. Pretty standard affair so far with tyre strategies, if nobody else changes, which there's already been 1 change already cited. Well, multiple now. Some of the guys below the top 10, and including P10, looking to start on the hard compound tyres, which isn't a bad strategy call if there is going to be rain from the mid to the end of the race. Mediums last from 8 to 9 laps around Spa-Francorchamps. Mediums, hards, last a bit longer than that. 1 stop is possible, but tyre saving is required to make that work. But it is the fastest strategy. Throw that all out of the window, however, because there is rain. So we'll see what happens. A few more below the top 9. But below the top 10 are starting on the hard common tyres. Star Defender in the McLaren, starting on softs, an interesting strategy call. So we'll see what happens there. Alright, okay. We're waiting for the grid to get on the way. There is no formation lap, so I've got to be prepped to say the 5 lights. And we'll get underway for our IRS Season 13. Tier 1, round 3, here at Spa-Francorchamps. We're readying up very, very soon, and the grid will get underway for the race. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's a jump start for one of the McLarens, and we get underway. Star Defender gets a drive-through penalty for an early start. Connor getting attacked by LWB. Connor's getting stuck down the inside. I was supposed to say that this is IRS round 3, tier 1. And Star Defender takes the lead with a drive-through penalty, but Connor, who is the de facto leader, in first place, and he will be under pressure from the McLaren teammate behind. Connor will go in the middle of the park because LWB will try and go down the inside and doesn't get the move stuck. And the Williams of Motu Soul pushes out Jessic on the exit of Lacombe, and well, I think that was Tino. No, it was Marley, who was also pushed wide into the gravel. But all pretty much except for that McLaren who is leading, having a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. The lights were on for a very long time, and some driver was a bit too trigger happy at the start. So Connor in second place at the moment. LWB just behind, the train starting to form on the first laps. And Elmo has lost out on positions, starting on the hard compound tyre. He's lost his entire front wing. The person who was supposed to start 7th had the 5-place grid penalty for making contact with Heather High, losing his entire front wing on the first lap. LWB. How long is the penalty, might I ask? It's a drive-through penalty for Star. So it's almost free wide into Lacombe. And Pink Eye Penguin takes the opportunity to go down the inside of the McLaren of LWB. And it will be side by side for the McLaren and Red Bull into Eau Rouge and Radion. And Neva is subsiding. And there's contacts between the McLaren and Red Bull. Pink Eye gets past, and now we'll have the DRS. Martino gets past the McLaren as well. The McLaren has lost 2 positions, and Pink Eye Penguin, the championship leader, will get past Connor. And Tino is fighting with LWB to stay in the podium places. And all of that just in one sector. And it's side by side between Tino and LWB. Now going into Jackie X corner. Tino on the inside of the McLaren. Strategies? Who cares? We've got battling action right in front of us. Motu Solver just only a 10th now. No, Jessic only a 10th behind Motu Solver. These two were battling in the lap 1 at Lacombe. Jessic being pushed out wide by Motu Solver. So these two, it's a feud. Pink Eye Penguin seeming to have the better race pace because he's just pulled outside of the DRS range from Connor. And now Tino, who started 4th, took an opportunistic overtake on the McLaren. LWB losing 2 positions in 1 lap. Pink Eye gets the fastest lap. Tino now hunting down the person who took pole position just a few moments ago. And the Sauber driver is going to be licking his lips on the Camel Straight. Connor not taking the ideal line, and the DRS move will be done just as it's activated, and Connor will be under pressure from LWB, and LWB gets the overtake on Connor. Connor loses 2 positions on the Camel Straight. The DRS ultra powerful here, and Connor losing out immensely because of that. Jessic. Wait, let me go into 14th because Bacchus, and it's a virtual safety car. Everyone slows down because what has happened, I can't tell. I believe the Ferrari has grass on its tyres, so it's involving the Ferrari. And I imagine the McLaren, who are a bit far behind, unless I don't really know. Oh, Hella High has no front wing. That's probably the reason why. And everything's quieting down for just a little moment, allowing drivers to have a respite, keeping an eye on the Delta, because the green flags will get underway as soon as the game is ready. Well, that's the honest truth. With Jesek only 1.5 temps behind Motu Solver. Depending on when the green flags get underway, it's an opportunistic move between these two drivers. Virtual safety car hanging around for quite a long time. Right. Well, we just have to wait until it all gets underway, and it seems like... No, not yet. Now it's got underway! Let's see who has gained and who has lost. Tino, 3 seconds behind the race leader, and that allows LWB in the McLaren to have DRS, and it could be as easy as that, and he'll take on the outside line, and the McLaren will get the move done before the end of the Camel Straight. Simple. And LWB now in second place. Motu Solver. So the train from LWB all the way down to 10th place of Orabang now starting to form. Let's see. The closest battles at the moment is between Jesek and Motu Solver. We're going to, now we just have to wait and see. Well, we could look. Oh, Leathers gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Connor wants to stay in this fight for the podium because Pink Eye Penguin has pulled an immense lead away from the train. Gains up a lot at bus stop. And Tino will be looking for another DRS move. He needs to have a good exit if he wants to challenge the McLaren. McLaren 2.5 seconds away from first. But will Tino have enough straight line speed to even attempt it? No, because he's out none ERS and saving battery behind the McLaren. So no moves for the top podium places. Jesek not going for a move. Uneventful Lacombe, as I said that. Vorsky and Leles are going battling at that corner. And Vorsky in 12th ahead of Leles. Let's see, who is battling on the grid at the moment? Everyone is like half a tenth away from each other, especially from P4, no, P3 actually, all the way down to P9. Even though this is where everyone is on the medium compound tyres, let's actually change that, so let's see who is actually on tyres. Yes. Oh wow, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Connor started on hard compound tyres, so that's not really a surprise that he's lost a couple of places from pole position. He will have the tyre delta difference by the time we get to lap 7, because that's when the mediums start to wear off. And Tino looking at that rear wing of the McLaren. Connor pursuing right behind. Back on the DRS, straight for the Salvo. Go for the overtake. He will make an attack, and it's an easy move for the Sauber, and it will also be an easy move for the Mercedes O'Connor. Switching again. Once again, the person in second place has lost 2 positions to go down to 4th. But this could just be a DRS tactic between these 3 drivers at the moment. And Tino now in second. There's a caution in sector 2, and I believe that is one of the... Who is that? Is that one of the Aston Martins? Oh no, it's... Who is that? Oh, it's Caliwagon. He's lost his front wing in the Alpine. Starting on the hardcore on tyres, something has happened to the Alpine. I could be biased, but the fact he's keeping up on hards this well is quite impressive. It is. And it can all flip around in just a moment once these mediums wear down. Let's see. Closest battles is this train at the moment on track. And we're back for another round of Camel Tactics. So, into Eau Rouge and Radion. Connor 2.5 tenths behind. Tino is going to go for the move here. Will Tino go defensive? No, he won't. And Connor gets the move done. And now it's back up to second place. And now has Pink Eye Penguin to catch. Lellers. Oh god, I'm trying to... Lellers getting the move down the Camel Straight as well. Simple move. Connor now pulling away by almost 7 tenths already. Now 8. Oh wow. There's a huge high delta difference. He's just gained around 3 tenths and basically just poo on alone. And is now out of DRS range from Tino. The battle for the lead may happen in just a few laps here. So... LWB. 4.5 tenths, 4 tenths behind Tino. Tino no longer having the DRS. This is a straight battle. Does LWB have anything to work with? The Williams taking a different line into Eau Rouge and Radion. McLaren is going to go for the move on this lap. Oh, a little bit squirrely. And the McLaren will get the move, but look at Motu Solver. He gets a double overtake done before the end of the Camel Straight. It's 2 in 1. And I don't think either driver expected... Oh, what has happened? Oh, no. God. I've been disconnected. Why does this happen every single time? I swear I'm... Okay. Yeah, I got an invite back from Hella High. Give me a second. It's 2 disconnections in one stream. That's unfortunate. Sorry for the pause. Not ideal. Why is this happen? Okay. So. Wait. Oh. I need another invite. Give me a second. Oh dear. Okay, come on. This is unfortunate. I I don't know if I'm going to get another invite back. Because the one that... Oh dear. This is not good. This is not good. Okay. Please. Oh dear. Why? Please. Just something. Oh god. I don't think I'm getting one. Yeah. Okay. Oh god. I'm gonna hold out. I need to wait. This is not good. I'm meant this service. Yeah, I'm waiting for another invite. It's someone tell Heather Hyde I need an invite. I've messaged him twice. I'm just waiting now. I guess I'm not watching the rest of this race. It's I'm still here. I'm just waiting on the invite back. Where's what? Why is this? Why is this? Come on. I don't know if I'm actually. I am still going to hold out. I hate these servers sometimes. This is I believe it's like it's something to do. I wish that EA would get their shit together, but maybe I don't know why it's like this. LWB, can I add you? I think I can. Now, who is in the server at the moment that's watching the stream that doesn't mind inviting me because I'm. Well, to be fair, I don't think. So I'm still waiting. So I'm still waiting here. I'm still. Why? I'm still. This is not getting an invite. Oh, dear. It's like, I do apologize for this. It is slightly out of my control at the moment. I'm still live streaming because I still want to be able to commentate on this race, but it doesn't seem like I'm getting an invite back. Judging by how long I'm waiting here, I believe the race will be towards its end at the moment. It's a shame that Who can I add that will actually invite me back? That's in the race at the moment, because I've been waiting here for what I believe is 10 minutes, or probably even more than that. I don't believe the lobby host has seen the messages to make me join back. Shame. Still waiting. It's funny. I why is this an this live stream is still going. It's still going until I get and going. I'm still here. I'm waiting for an invite. I'm trying to maintain as much professionalism as I can. Honestly, yeah. It's just really tough when you've been waiting here for 20 minutes. There's a good sprint race, good qualifying session. Connor taking the pole once again from round 1 to round 2. Connor on the medium on the hard compound tires, having a good race. And now I'm on the hard compound tires, having a good race, was catching up to Pink Eye Penguin. And after that, everything went, and I am not in the session anymore, and I'm waiting for. And it's been 20 minutes. Like, I'm refreshing every. It's not. Nothing's happening. well, God knows what is happening right now. Let me check actually to see where the cutoff was. It was just after lap 8, I think, or lap 9, and then I just got kicked and can't. And I couldn't get, yeah, just lap 8. So that was around 20 minutes ago. Now I'm legitimately just waiting, and 20 minutes has gone by. So that means that if a lap is around 1 minute and 50 seconds, it'll be more than that, but 1 minute 45, 105 seconds. With 14 laps, 1,000 thousands. I can't help but feel frustrated. So I'll be back. 1 second. All right, I'm back for another podcast with your commentator. There's no other way to mention it. Honestly, I don't even know how to entertain people, because, well, I could go through after round 2 where people in the driver's standings, I guess, because I'm really trying to make the most out of this. Desperately, honestly, I am. Apparently, it was a shock when LWB managed to get the pace in qualifying, so that's a nice surprise. I according to like some of the chat. All right, it's been 23 minutes. Yep, 23 minutes. I've been sitting here, not giving up, but I believe that after 23 minutes, I'm not going to get an invite back. Shame. Ay. Oh, finally. Jeez. Yeah, okay. Well, like, yeah, I mean, right. Okay. Sat there for 23 minutes. Okay, you know what? We're gonna get back into it, because what's happened? Okay, no, never mind, because something has happened. What's happened? Right. So corner, with the rain pouring down. Getting up to first. Pink Eye is right behind on hard compound tires, but fighting Motu Solver. Oh, it's swiveling out between the two drivers. Connor still getting pursued by the Williams, but the Williams will just not have enough track to get the overtake done on Connor. What happened to Pink Eye? Pink Eye is still on track, but no longer behind Motu Solver. So, after 22 laps, the Mercedes will go through bus stop chicane from hards to mediums. The strategy pays off, because the Mercedes will cross the line to win here at Spa-Francorchamps, his first win of the season in round 3. A well-deserved victory. The only person in the top 10 to start on hard compound tyres, Motu Solver, with an equally excellent drive. Finishing in 2nd place, Pink Eye in 3rd place. A decent drive. Tino, Marley, 4th and 5th for the Sauber. That will be good for the constructors. A good drive for both of them. Jesek in 6th, Kiers now in 7th, LWB in 8th, Donstar in 9th, Star Defender in 10th. And that is your points playing paces. Orabang finishes 11th, Elmo in 12th. Braypag Caliwagon, who joined in late in qualifying, finishing on the Inters, will cross the line now, and it will be 12th place Oh wait, no, because Jacek left. I believe that pushes everyone up and down a bit. It's get confusing when people retire, but nonetheless, Backass will cross the line now. It will be 14th. And the hella high with front wing damage will finish in last place. But Connor with the alternative strategy, the medium's working better because they can get more temperature with damp conditions. Finally, he gets his first win of the season. Double wins, first proper win of the season because he won in the sprint race, don't forget. So it's a double win here at Spa-Francorchamps. And he'll be very happy with that. A few switches and turns, but that's to be expected with the starting on the hard compound tyres. And Connor, the Briton, wins. A lot of drivers getting 3 second time penalties. Wait, no, this order's slightly messed up because Jacek retired, but Jacek, I believe, finished around P6. Yes, I believe it was. So, a good race all round for Motusolver, who started 5th, finishes in 2nd. Pretty happy with that, to be fair. And, well, what will LWB be thinking? He would want to propel himself. He was looking for a podium finish or a win, perhaps. But it's only 7th, unfortunately for him. I wish I knew what was happening for that to take place. But it's that's your race. You only got the first 8 laps of footage, and then we got all of the sprint. Most of qualifying, for both sides. It's just a shame that the race didn't get to plan. So, thank you everyone for watching this stream. It's greatly appreciated, and have a good rest of your day.